G'day model railroaders. Just another part of an update of the cattle yards. I had to rip the whole lot all out because every time I lifted this section out to get into the bottom level of Los Angeles, it kept cracking and breaking in half, so I had to redesign the whole idea. So at the moment it is working. I've just put another coat of plaster on it, letting it dry. And this time I made a mesh grid to go underneath of cardboard so that it holds it a lot more secure. So we're ready now to start adding texture to it and giving it a coat of paint and other bits and pieces. So I've sort of lost interest in it, and then I've got back to just put a bit of zip texturing on top of the plasterwork. This bit of plasterwork has caused me nothing but grief. This is the second time that I've rebuilt it. I had to make a whole new frame to support everything, so that when I lift it out, there's this whole piece from here right to the other end, including the ramp, comes out as one piece. So it's starting to come together. I've still got more textures to put in. There's still some more grasses, just letting this lot dry a lot more. Still got to modify up inside on the ramp up in there, up near by the top gate, for a water trough to fit into the bank. But I'm quite pleased how it's coming on. It's not quite to the texture of the siding. Will just be a seam break from the track that's at the back there, that single track that's at the back. It's got the passenger wagon and the box car on and the diesel. That is actually the track that goes to Santa Fe, and it will go off into the helix, and I'm going to extend the helix, the decking just above the train controller that's there for my point system, so that the loco can go in. And at this point here we'll have a seam break, so that just like in the real life there's a Santa Fe, it leaves Lammy, it heads off and goes in out of sight, so it will do with this one. So it'll just be for a bit of short operation work. So when that is finished, you'll be able to have a operation where train can leave Lammy station and head off to Santa Fe. Had a few issues with some of the plaster. That has been the problem all along. This big boulder just here lifted out the whole unit and the boulder fell off, so I've had to hot glue it back into place. But I've redone this section along here, from this point down here right around. This is the third attempt, and so far it's holding together. And I can lift it out all as one. I've put a little bit of detailing in, but just to let you know that this, which has been the pain of my design, is finally completed. All I gotta do now is just populate it with some cattle, some cowboys, and tidy it up. But this bit is done, and as you can see in the back here, I've also just starting to do the skyline for the Santa Fe area. So a bit of blue still to be done up in the back up here, but as the trains go in behind that there, they will be just like in reality heading off to Santa Fe. I will be painting the backdrop, so it ends up looking very similar to a photo that I've got of the area, and that's there where the church is, so it'll be sort of that scrub and low-lying trees when it comes all the way back into Lammy. So at the moment I'm saying that the cattle yard is finished, and I'm pleased about that. In the town of Lammy, I've set up a little shed here, and I've got a siding that comes off just to hold the little steam engine that will be used for doing the art, and I set in a control point so it actually, the point cannot be altered or changed unless it has confirmation from dispatcher. So that's made a little bit of a highlight in that part. It's all scratch built, MDF. The planking is computer paper printed to the width of the planks and then just glued on and highlighted up. So that is on this part that comes in from up here. So it's its own separate siding. That was a place I could put the steamer and have it just sitting ready to be used.